Good morning, class. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's story in which we discussed American idioms. And some of you really had a great time studying American idioms. And today we have another challenge. Of course, nothing is challenging to you. You are a great class. So today we are going to study minimal pairs. Pairs, not P-E-A-R-S, but P-A-I-R-S, like two pairs, two things. And minimal pairs, or a minimal pair, is a pair of words that vary only by a single sound, usually meaning sounds that may confuse us. For example, words that include F and V. Give me an example of a word that has an F. Exactly. Fan, van. Do you often find yourself maybe hearing something different when someone says fan? You might think, oh, is it a van? Or when someone says desk, sometimes people hear it as disc, right? So these are examples of minimal pairs. So there are different kinds of minimal pairs that I'm going to explain to you, and then you can practice when I divide you into groups of two, so you can think, share, think, pair, and share. Okay? All right. So now, let's think of words that have different vowel sounds. Okay? Let's see. Sometimes we say sit, seat. Right. I mentioned desk. Disc, exactly. Thank you. How about wet? Wait. Bat? What do you think? But, exactly. What about, we often get confused with so and saw. So sometimes you say he saw or he saw it. No. It's so, S-O, and saw, S-A-W. Not, note. What about bad? What's the closest word to that? Exactly, bed. How about, well, let's go to other kinds of words that have consonant sounds, okay? You ever heard of the word berry? How many of you like berry? Oh, you like berries, yes. So berry, what about very? Sound similar? Confusing? Yes. Buy, pie. You know, some of us in the beginning of this year were confusing the B with a P, because some of us just make them so confusing. We say people, and some of us say Bibo, and I say no, it's people. Okay, so this is the same idea here. Sometimes confusing the B with a P. What about thin and thing? Sure, can be confusing, right? Alive, arrive. Okay, I'll give you other examples from words that have final consonants, like the letter at the end of the word. Back. Which of you? How can you tell me a word that sounds like back with a different letter at the end? Different sound? Oh, it's bag. Back, bag. And you always hear backpack. back, back. Yeah, it's like a tongue twister. Okay. Um, hat, 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 and had. Okay. So now in your groups, I'm dividing you into groups of two, where you will talk to your partner about words that have a different vowel sound. Think of words that kind of sound similar, um, but somewhat spelled differently, or spelled differently and sound similar. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to do that. Okay, you gotta work together. Each of you need to work together, and then we're gonna have a whole group sharing. Okay, all right, so now, okay, you're done? Great job. So let me take you now to some flashcards, and in those flashcards, you're gonna continue to work in pairs, okay? And we're gonna have some a game. So you can use those flashcards to play a game. And then toward the end of this lesson, I'm going to ask you to be prepared to write a short, very short poem with minimal pairs. Okay, like let's think of some sentences. For example, sip and ship. Give me an example of that. I sip tea on the ship. Excellent. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Or when you sip tea, wear a bib. Wear a bib when you sip. Okay? So things like that. So that's the type of like activity that I would like you to work on when we finish this exercise. Okay. Now let me take you to some of these flashcards, and those flashcards were taken from Teach English. Sorry, it's teachchildrenesl.com, and those are available for you when you go home. You can review them on your own, but we will discuss some of them in this class now. Okay. All right, and now let's see here some of the flashcards. Okay. Okay, you see those flashcards. So I'm going to distribute actually those flashcards to all of you right now, and then you will work in your individual groups. Okay, so great job, and let's do some sharing first before we complete the lesson on minimal pairs today. So all of you, let me ask, do you have any questions? Minimal pairs, okay? How about a minimal pair for like sip, ship, pair, pair, pat, fat, pull, full. Okay, now you got the idea. Great job. So, okay, well, let's get into our groups now and complete the poetry on minimal pairs. Thank you.